Hello, this video is going to be on order of operations with negative numbers. Now, when I teach this in class, I usually joke around about two people that live in our calculators named T.I. Joe and T.I. Jane who follow a checklist. But that checklist is known as the order of operations. Now, many of you call it PEMDAS, or, well, you call it PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction, right? Now, students always, not students, but people often write it as PEMDAS, but I write it this way, up and down. And the reason why is because multiplication and division and addition and subtraction are equally ranked. And those you actually do in order from left to right, not necessarily multiplication always before division. All right, that's why I write them this way: parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, left to right. I'm gonna put that down: left to right. Right. Um, ooh, horrible handwriting. Um, and addition and subtraction. So both of these are done left to right. Okay. All right. So let's do this first problem. Parentheses. Do we have any operations inside of parentheses? Well, here we actually do, right? And in fact, we have a subtraction and a multiplication. So once you're in the parentheses, you kind of have to look at the order of operations again. So what comes first, the multiplication or the subtraction? The answer is the multiplication. So I'm going to do -9, I'm going to bring that down, and then -6 times +5. -6 times +5 is -30. Right? Now, some people may also look at this and say, well, isn't that 6 times 5? Well, yeah, that's 6 times 5 is 30, but you have to put a minus sign in front of it. That was loud. New Java update available. Thanks for that information. 6 times 5 is 30, but you're going to have a minus sign in front of it anyway, so -30. So I like to think of it as -6 times +5, -30. All right, continuing with that, with this parentheses, we have -9 and -30, or -9 minus 30 is -39. So the whole parentheses comes out to -39. So I'm going to bring the rest down. So 10 plus -39 times -2. All right. So we're done with operations inside parentheses. Do we have any exponents? Nope, no exponents, so check that off. Do we have any multiplication or division? Yes, we do. We have this right here. It's a multiplication. Extend the page a little bit. So -39 times -2, a negative times a negative is a positive. So 2 times 39 is, why am I blanking? 78. So now we have 10 plus +78, which gives us our answer of 88. And that's how you do that problem. Right? Multiplication, division, we checked it off. Once we did that, I should have checked it off up there. And then we're left with just an addition. Check that off. All right. Sorry, it's a little sloppy. I'm still trying to get used to doing this with the stylus on my computer. Excuse me. Next one, order of operations with negative numbers. So once again, I'm going to write the order up here. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So do we have any operations inside parentheses? Now, people see parentheses here, but there's no operations inside, so check that off. Done. Exponents. Well, we have a couple of exponents here. So this -3 to the third power literally means -3 times -3 times -3, right? And a negative times a negative times a negative This times that is going to be a positive, and that positive times that negative is going to be a negative. So altogether, that's a negative, and 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Minus, bring down this minus sign right here, and 4 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. So this becomes negative 27 minus 16. Also, that means we're done with exponents. Do we have any multiplication or division? We do not. So done with multiplication and division. And all that's left is addition and subtraction. So negative 27 and negative 16. Well, I have a whole bunch of negatives, and I have a whole bunch more negatives. So it's going to be a negative. And it's really just the addition of these two numbers, 16 and 27, which is, you know what? I can't do that in my head, so let's do it. Excuse me, got to clear my throat. Let's do it over here on this side. 27 plus 16, 7 plus 6, 13, carry the 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 is 4, so it's 43, and we already decided it was negative. Negative 43 is our answer. Let's go to the next one. Order of operations with negatives. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. All right, so this one, you might say there's no operations inside parentheses, but a fraction bar, if this can be simplified, you can kind of think of this as, put that over here, as 1 divided by negative 1 in parentheses, because this can be simplified to be an integer. So I would actually start by doing this. Rewrite this. Negative 8 times negative 10 minus 7 times 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. And now I kind of got rid of all parentheses. Do I have any exponents? Nope, no exponents here. Do I have any multiplication or division? Actually, I have 2 separate multiplications. Right? So, hold on a second, please. Hey, Sam, I'm doing a video. Quiet down, buddy. Negative 8 times negative 10 is positive 80. And if you think about this as... Shh, I'm doing a video, buddy. Negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. Now, some of you may look at this, and I'm going to kind of bring that over here. Isn't that 7 times negative 1, which is negative 7? Okay. If you think of that as 7 times negative 1, it is negative 7, but it's going to be minus a negative 7, which becomes plus 7. So I just like to think of this, remember we've been using the commas to separate our terms. If you think of it that way as negative 7 and negative 1, you're going to get positive 7. If you think of it as just 7 times negative 1, you're going to end up here with minus negative 7, which is positive 7, or plus 7. So now I'm done with multiplication and division. I'm left with addition and subtraction. All that's left is 80 plus 7, 87. There's our answer. And finally, this one right here. Negative 5 plus 7 times 1 in parentheses, minus 9 times 5. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we start with parentheses. Do we have any operation inside parentheses? Yep, we have here an addition and a multiplication. So the multiplication would come first. So this comes out to negative 5 plus 7 times 1 is 7. Continuing inside the parentheses, negative 5 plus 7 is positive 2. So we're left with 2 minus 9 times 5. So we're done with parentheses. What about exponents? Don't have any. What about multiplication and division? Yep, we have it right there. 9 times 5 or negative 9 times 5. It doesn't matter how you look at it as long as you kind of get the final answer right. If you think about this as 9 times 5, you would get minus 9 times 5 is 45. If you think of this as negative 9 times 5, you would get negative 45, so it would just be 2 and negative 45. Either way, you get the same 2 minus 45 in the next step. So what is 2 minus 45? Well, positive 2 and negative 45. I have more negatives than positives. How many more do I have? 43. The answer is 43. Hope you enjoyed the video.